Sprinting simply means to run as fast as you can over a short distance. An elite 100-meter track sprint can be broken down into various phases in order to understand the optimal technique and the biomechanics required to produce the fastest run. The 100-meter dash may be the fastest event at the Olympics, but there is so much that goes in those 10 seconds. In this video, we will try to understand how the biomechanical principles of sprinting can assist in improving maximum velocity. The first phase of a sprint race is setting the block. Most elite sprinters use starting blocks in order to gain more power and acceleration at the start of their race. The tip of the toes should be just touching the ground and the heels peeling back off the top of the block. Every athlete tailors the starting block to their desire. Those with their feet starting closer together require more power from the legs to drive their back leg forward. Generally, the further the feet are apart, the longer the levers. Those with the longer levers are able to take a further initial step forward and gain more distance in the takeoff. Talking about the set position, when the marshal calls out set, this is when the hips rise higher than the shoulders, putting pressure through the balls of the feet and hands. The center of mass should stay right over the middle of the body for a balanced posture. Should be parallel to the starting line and hands slightly farther than the shoulder width. The sprinter's head should be symmetrically aligned by looking down in order to have a straight connection from the head to hips. Reaction time may look like a small factor, but an athlete's ability to react to the sound of the gun and push their feet from the starting block is pretty essential for his performance. This is the period of time from hearing go until the onset of electrical activity, followed by force production by the muscles. The faster this electrical activity begins in every muscle, the better the neuromuscular coordination and hence the overall performance. The International Association of Athletics Federations consider that there is a limit to how fast a human can react to a start signal. Since 2002, if an athlete leaves the block sooner than 100 milliseconds after the start signal, he is deemed to have false started and is disqualified. The driving phase is understood to be the first 10 meters in the race. The takeoff is one of the most crucial aspects, as this is where the 75% of acceleration is achieved. As the gun goes off, the sprinter brings his knee up, flexing at the hip, knee and ankle joints as much as possible. The other leg is fully extended to achieve the triple extension and the arms extend apart from each other. By performing both these movements, the muscle exerts a high amount of force against the ground. In the transition phase, the athletes are reaching their peak acceleration and are beginning to straighten their torso upright. This is where the maximum velocity is reached. In this video, we see how Usain Bolt's foot contact to the ground right under his center of mass. His strong upper body and core allows him to maintain high velocity, hence assisting longer strides and producing more power to propel him forward faster than others. As we know, it is physically impossible to maintain a maximum velocity for a prolonged period of time. After maximum velocity is reached, the runner now attempts to conserve his force and power to maintain the speed. Maintaining speed requires proper foot positioning while aiming to conserve momentum. In order to maintain and increase force gained from every step, it is essential to get the right balance between the time the foot spends on the ground and how it contacts the ground. Here is a graphical representation composed by England Athletics showing Usain Bolt's velocity throughout his world record winning run in Berlin 2009. Bolt achieved his maximum velocity between 35 to 60 meters into the race, which slowly diminishes towards the end line. Human variations in skeletal muscle properties affect maximum speed potentials. For example, individuals who have genetic expression of fast twitch muscle fibers will be better suited for events that involve rapid and forceful muscle contractions like sprinting as compared to the long distance races which require higher number of slow twitch muscle fibers. Researchers believe that muscle fiber composition is genetically determined and minimally affected by training. The type 1 oxidative muscle fibers are rich in mitochondria, red in appearance and carry great endurance capacity. Whereas the type 2 muscle fibers, also known as fast twitch muscle fibers, possess fewer mitochondria, are white in appearance and have a high capacity to contract forcefully and rapidly. Sprinting is an excellent cardiovascular exercise. that strengthens the core, increases your anaerobic threshold and burns high amount of calories in short time. A good sprint speed may save your life too.